bit, haven't they?
Far out.
They've been feeding these fish, man. I heard it's been the builder, been feeding them.
The sheer volume of fish in there.
I've never fed them, ever.
Unbelievable.
Look
how many babies are in there.
Yeah.
Far out.
Is that tilapia?
There's a tilapia there, but most of these are cichlids.
Cichlids.
Yeah, they're just breeding like nuts. Oh, let's chuck a bit of food in. Josh, chuck a bit of food in.
They go nuts though, they'll jump up top.
Yeah, that's what we want. Wow, look at that.
Bite your finger with it. You can eat that later though. Put that goes to the bigger stuff. This is the bigger stuff here. Big stuff in here. But usually that's just the best stuff. Well, you put a mixture of each because they're otherwise they miss out.
Whoa, look at the check.
You wouldn't know from experience. You're just going off what they tell you because you don't feed them
No, mate, we had painters here. We had.
Oh, we could be. I think everyone was having to.
And I think everyone wanted to have a go.
Of course they did.
I say to them, oh, well, maybe
Okay,
you should
Josh.
feed them. They go,
Look at them going hypo.
Yeah, all of them.
The buzzards are hungry.
So the young ones are the cichlids, are they?
Well, most of them are cichlids.
Like all fish or just the baby ones?
Well, no, things like the silver ones are not cichlids. They're like
There's all
silver
different
dollars,
sorts. Yeah,
and silver
dollars,
sharks,
barb.
and tinfoil barbs. Yeah.
I mean all the baby little ones. They're all
Yeah, the babies are all cichlids.
They're all African cichlids.
The jag's too busy fighting to eat.
big guy down the right doesn't eat much, does he? He just hides down there like a
Yeah, that
pie.
big thing, yeah.
He just eats algae.
He just likes the algae, does he?
Yeah.
I don't mean the Picostus.
You don't know.
I mean the cod thing that lives in this corner.
Oh, okay.
Got lots of spots.
Far out. It's just the sheer volume of fish.
There he is. This guy.
Yeah, the jaguar. Oh,
They like their environment.
they're loving it.
They love it better when you've got oxygen in there.
You bet they do.
Yeah, I was about to go home. I thought, that's funny. What's that noise?
Well, I'm very glad you pointed that
And
out.
I come up here and I thought, something's wrong. Okay. And then I see a little four-way floating around in there. So they probably, either that thing, did that thing fall down and dislodge it or did the fish dislodge it? Like, where'd that thing
Oh,
go?
we'll check that out now.
Because I didn't know if I saw that prior to that day.
Not something you see every day.
That's funny.
Watch him stick his finger up. Told you. Right on time.
On cue.
Yeah.
It's a wonder, you know, are you familiar with the...
Behind this pole there is a heater, and the thermostat's at the top of the heater. So if this tank evaporates down too much, the thermostat can be out of the water, and then that can cause you to check the temperature, and you can think the temperature's like cold, and then you can use a thermometer in the aquarium, and then I found that the temperature's actually okay. So making sure that the evaporation doesn't go down too far will minimize this risk.
Smaller version I use on mine, but
Yeah, so you instead of taking the clean water out of the top, it siphons it through the gravel,
yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
and the just sheer amount of crap that comes out is remarkable.
Yeah. That's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it works a beauty.
Big version of the thing I've got done.
Like the thing you used to have under your bed in the 80s.
What is it? Oh,
You know, the back of every
a different version of that. Yeah.
In the
No,
back
it's those the ones now. You've got the
every
little
magazine.
squeeze. You go chick 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 and it pumps and
Yeah, but even
gets
the
it siphoning.
yep.
That's the thing I've got, but it's not that good. It works. It gets some shit out of the tank.
So what we're doing now is putting these plants out into the sun. So giving these plants a day or so, and the sun will dry up the algae and the algae will fall off. Then we want to flip the plants over, leave them for another day or two till the algae's all dried up. Then we hit them with the hose, and generally we're quite surprised how good the plants come out. And then we're going to put some new plants in there as well to alternate and make it all look nice again. So I've just replaced this pump on the filter because it clogged up the other one. Now I've got a bunch of fake plants just to colour the tank up a little bit. Because there's nitrite in the water, it's going to be a good idea to put a very large dose of water ager, because that'll help to detoxify the nitrite. And we also want to try not to feed really at all for say the next couple of weeks, because this tank's heavily overpopulated and the filter was off for a while. We do have some nitrite, so if we can not feed for 2 weeks, and I'll put a heavy dose of this in, done a big water change, got filters going, and now we just want to monitor that nitrite, because nitrite's not good for fish. So now we've got the air back on, and what he's trying to do at the moment is hide these cords, which is very easy to say but much harder to do when you're swimming around a fish tank with very little visibility. I'm loving this silver shark, it's so massive.
What's your old one that worked? The button that he needs batteries.
So out of all the silver sharks and tinfoil barbs that have made their way to Sydney over the past 20 years, I'd like to suggest that these ones are pretty much the luckiest. Seeing that silver sharks and tinfoil barbs are very inappropriate fish for the average aquarium, but because they're so beautiful, people tend to be tempted to keep them all the time. But seeing them in this sort of glory makes you realise how big these animals get and how lucky these individuals are. We pulled these pumps out of this aquarium. They've been there for a very long time, and over time they have died, and being a job like this, you've got to take these opportunities to take stuff out, because you've got to cut them out. Nothing's easy. So now he's trying to cable tie all of the airline behind the pole so we can't see it. So we've neatened up the electrical cords there. We've tried to hide the airline as best as we can see, and we have the filter and pump now working that's in that corner.